Content advisory. The following content contains sensitive content which some people might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
August 28, 2003. Erie, Pennsylvania, 1:30 in the afternoon. Brian Wells clocked in for his shift. He had worked at Mamma Mia's pizzeria for 13 years. 13 years of the same streets, the same addresses, the same faces. He was 46 years old. He lived with his mother. His co-workers described him as gentle, childlike, the kind of person who never caused problems, never asked for trouble. That afternoon, the phone rang. An order came in from a payphone at a nearby gas station. 2 pizzas, the address, a remote television transmission tower on the outskirts of town, surrounded by woods, hard to see from the road. Brian took the order and drove out. He had no idea the call had been placed specifically for him. He had no idea who was waiting at that address. He had no idea that the moment he turned down that road, his life was already over. When Brian arrived at the transmission tower, there was no house, no door to knock on, no customer, just trees and silence. We don't know exactly how many people were waiting for him in those woods. We don't know exactly what was said. What we know is what they did. They strapped a metal collar around his neck, heavy, custom-built, locked shut with 4 separate locks, a bomb, a real one. They handed him a cane. The cane was not a cane. It was a homemade shotgun. Then they handed him a note. The note read, "There is only one way you can survive. Cooperate completely. This powerful booby-trapped bomb can be removed only by following our instructions. Act now. Think later, or you will die." Brian Wells drove away from those woods a different person. Whatever life he had before that moment was gone. At 2:20 in the afternoon, security cameras captured Brian Wells walking into PNC Bank on Peach Street. He was wearing a large white t-shirt. Underneath it, the collar. He walked up to the teller. He handed her a note. It demanded $250,000 in 15 minutes. The teller looked at him. She looked at the bulge under his shirt. She didn't have $250,000. She gave him everything she had, $8,702. Brian took the money and walked out. He drove to a nearby McDonald's, then pulled into an eyewear store car park and waited. He was following the instructions, every single one, because somewhere in that note was a scavenger hunt, a series of locations across Erie, each one supposedly leading to a key that would unlock the collar, a key that would let him live. Brian Wells believed if he followed every instruction, he would survive. State troopers spotted him at 2:38 p.m. They surrounded the car. They handcuffed him. They made him sit cross-legged on the pavement. And Brian Wells looked up at the officers surrounding him and said something nobody there would ever forget. "I'm not lying. It's going to go off. I don't have a lot of time." He begged them to call a bomb squad. He told them everything. The phone call, the woods, the people, the collar. For 40 minutes. Brian Wells sat on that pavement, handcuffed, pleading. For 40 minutes, the bomb squad was on its way. At 3:18 p.m., they were 4 minutes away. The collar detonated. Brian Wells died instantly, on camera, in front of police officers, in front of news crews, in a car park, on a Thursday afternoon. He was 46 years old. The bomb squad arrived 4 minutes later.